What's up YouTube? This is Dylan, VaportekUSA. I got a video to show you today. We're not going to really edit it. It's going to be really fast paced. This is not us trying to sell anything. This is strictly an educational video for you guys because it's a shame that we're letting our vaping community not grow. We're not taking people who are smoking and showing them what to be doing about vaping. We're just trying to either say, hey, you need to get this e-cig or something. You're not giving them any information about what this is, how it works. So we're going to do this video. This is for people who are thinking about getting vaping, people who have already started vaping and got a starter kit and want to move up into the bigger and badder vaporizers, or people who might already have a little bit of a bigger vaporizer and want a Mac Daddy vaporizer so you can fog your house out. So we'll hop in a second, but just keep in mind this will be fast paced. I'm not trying to talk to you like you're stupid. I just want to get an even playing field so everybody that I'm talking to will know what I'm talking about. So RBAs, RDAs, Atomizers, Cartomizers, all that is going to be really dumbed down because some people are like, well, what's an RBA? Or what's an atomizer? Well, we're going to show you. So here we go. People who smoke have cigarettes. Well, they go in the gas station, they're lured in by this very elusive e-cigarette. It looks a lot like, I dropped it. Looks a lot like this. This is a disposable, one-time use e-cigarette. Not that spectacular. Now, honestly, these things cost about $8.99. You're going to use them for a day, and then you're just going to throw them away. Because that's really all they're good for is throw away. You don't get vapor out of them, really. They don't last long. When they do last long, your tank burns up because you're out of juice. It's almost just a waste of money. It really is. If you go into these gas stations, please don't be tricked by these little e-cigarettes because honestly, the blues, all that, I'm not talking about any company. They were one of the first ones out there. They're doing a great job. They helped a lot of people quit smoking. Please don't think I'm bashing anybody. The prices are just outrageous. I have a lot of customers coming to the store. They're spending $80 a month on cartridges, batteries, all these. These batteries only last a very short period of time. It's just not worth your time and money. So if you're going to buy a vaporizer, at least get some help from somebody who's been doing this for a while and kind of knows what's up. So if you're just dead, hell-bent set on having that dirty little cigarette look, there is some alternatives out there. This is a e-roll by Joytech. It's called an e-roll. Now these things are not disposable. You don't throw these away, you hoard them with your babies. This is what's going to get you quit smoking. Now what these do is, when you use them, blow your vapor, yada yada, you know the deal. The only difference is when these ones, oh my battery went dead. Well, when your battery goes dead, you charge it. That's the whole point. We're trying to save money. We're not also trying to quit smoking. We're trying to save money. Because everybody knows a carton of cigarettes is like 50 bucks. It's freaking ridiculous. You spend like, let's say $49 for this thing. You're pretty much done for a long time. There's no all this extra cost. So this thing you can charge. It's not disposable. I don't believe in disposable things because all you're doing is burning money. You might as well take money, burn it because you're going to lose it. You get a little bit of use, throw it away. That's not worth it. Now as for juice, a lot of these e-cigarettes you get at the gas station taste like crap. Honestly, I don't know what they're putting into these things. And if they're working for you, like I said, keep vaping. If that's what makes you happy, please use it. Don't think I'm bashing, deterring, or anything towards these things. To each their own. All I'm saying is the juice that comes with it is not spectacular. Now the cool thing about this is you want to click this, you fill this up with any juice from any vapor shop anywhere in the world. So no matter what you're doing, you can be vaping, oh I ran out of juice. I don't need to go buy cartridges. All I have to do is squirt it in there, click it back in, and keep vaping. Simple as that. So if you're going to get a disposable cigarette, first of all, no gas stations. No. Walmart? No. Go to a reputable vape shop that you know is doing a good job and not hurting their customers by giving them bad products. Go to a really reputable one. And I'm not just boasting about ourselves. We try to help our customers out. I'm just saying in general, if you're across the country watch this, do some research. Go on to Yelp. Yelp's your friend. Find vape shops with good reviews and go there and just ask them, hey, what would be the best product for me? So these are really small. These battery life, you're going to be charging this all day. Non-stop, you're going to be using it, charging it, put it in your pocket. When you need to use it, you're going to be filling it a lot during the day. If you're a heavy vapor, this will not be your friend. I'm just letting you know. So let's put this little bad boy up. We're done talking about the E-roll. That was just something. There's different brands of these out there. Let's toss this aside, move on. Now, if you already got an E-roll or you already got a little disposable one from the gas station, then you probably, or if you've already upgraded, then congratulations, toodles for you. This is what the average starter kit looks like when you go into any vape shop. It's got two of these little guys. These are the batteries. Now, if you notice, these suckers are a lot bigger. You know what? I threw it like a dummy. I'm going to go get it now. Do you see that? This is just the battery. This isn't what the fluid's in. This is nothing but the battery. This is what powers the whole device. See the size difference? See that? It's a lot bigger. Now, throw that back down. All right, this is a lot bigger. This is going to give you a lot more battery life throughout your day. Now, these are called tanks. You put your liquid in these. Let me steal one out of my display case. Give me a second. All right, wasn't prepared. This is a tank. You open these up, and you fill your liquid with them. Fill up your liquid. Now, these are great for somebody who's started vaping. If you already got little disposable ones, I'm telling you, come in to our shop, any shop, just try them. There's a heck of a difference, way more vapor production, and way more offers of flavors. So you can put any flavor you want when you get into these. You're kind of limitless when it comes to it. Now here's some cons. Now if this is your first one, this is great. You're on the right path, you're using your e-cig, you're quitting smoking, just representing the vape community. Now you might get to the point where you're just chilling, and you're taking a couple twos, you're like, man, this really isn't cutting anymore. I've been doing this for a while, I've been a good boy, I haven't been smoking, yada yada. Now I want to become a hardcore vapor, and I want to move up in the world. I want to get more vapor out of my e-cigarette. Now unfortunately, I hate to say this, batteries aren't everything. Everybody comes and like, I want to get this big battery that's going to just blow these clouds of smoke. Unfortunately, it's not the battery. It is the battery. Of course, the battery regulates the voltage to the tank. Because here's how it works. Have a battery. These are usually around 3.7 volts. There's a little coil wrapped in cotton in here that when you hit that button, it sends current through it, heats up that wire, and creates vapor. Now, if you use your common sense, you're going to understand that more voltage means that wire is going to get hotter. Now, if you have one of these, you're stuck. You're stuck on whatever you have. So if it's like 3.7 volts, whatever, that's as most vapors you're going to get. So here's some things to think about. If you want to save some money, there's things called atomizers. Now, atomizer, got it, come back in the case. I keep putting it back. I don't know why. I'm going to keep it out here now. Here's an addy. Atomizer is the little engine that could in your tank that makes all the vapor. Now, there's different ohms. Now, ohms is a scary word. It's referring to electricity. Now, the lower the ohms means the lower the resistance that the battery has to push the electricity to heat that coil up faster. So it's kind of like picture a garden hose. You have a garden hose and it's really small and you're trying to force all this pressure through it, but all in all, you're only going to be able to get a certain amount of water through there. But then you get a huge water pipe and you're flowing water through there. You're going to get a lot more water through there. It's the same thing with wire. When you have smaller wire, it's going to have to push harder to get all that electricity through there than if you're using big wire. So most of these are around 2.4 ohms, 2.5 ohms. Now here's the thing. Here's what's cool. You can actually get more vapor out of an e-cigarette without spending a lot of money, about $2. Go to your local vape shop and say, I want to get a low resistance atomizer for my vaporizer. Now what that's going to mean is this is usually, I bet you, I don't know everything. I think this is about 2.5 ohms, if I'm not mistaken. So you got a lot of resistance for that battery when you push them through. So go into a local vape shop and be like, hey, I want to try a low resistance atomizer. What that's going to mean for you is you're going to probably get like maybe a 1.5 or a 1.8 ohm atomizer. A lot less resistance, so when you hit that button, that coil is going to heat up faster, it's going to heat up hotter, and you're going to get more vapor. Well, then you're going to be, well, Dylan. That's not enough for me. I want more vapor. These batteries are not doing it for me. These are lasting me. I'm going through this in 3 hours, dude. I got to get something big. I got to get something mean, and I want to blow some beastly clouds. But I don't want to spend a crap ton of money. That's where it gets sketchy, because there's a lot of different routes you can go at that point. So I'm going to throw this on starter kit. Everybody's got them that's vaping. Don't feel bad if you're like, oh, I don't have a starter kit yet. We all were there. I got one. The owner of my store started out with a little e-cigarette. Now we've all moved on to bigger, better things, but you got to start somewhere. This is a great way to learn to get into vaping. You learn a lot about it, then get into ohms, all that. Then you can start learning how to re-wick the little coils in here, and then you can move on from there because you got the knowledge, you got the foundation to start on. So you got these, you saw the size of the batteries. These are little 650 milliamp batteries. They're little batteries. Little tank, they're plastic tanks. They do break. If you sit on them and your butt goes, you probably just broke your vaporizer. So something to think about. You can get an average starter kit for around $30 to $100. It depends what brands, what kind of the markup is, and where you're going, all that. Everywhere's different. Everybody's got different brands. Now here's what I'm going to tell you for. Look out for brand name batteries. When you see something that looks cool and it's got a name on it, usually that's a good thing. That means that's a wreckable battery. So here's what we're going to go into now. I want more vapor without spending a lot of money. Now, here's my thing. A lot of people will be like, I want a lot of vapor and I don't want to spend a bunch of money, maybe around $100. That's a great foundation. So I'm going to be like, whoa, sir, here's a VTR. Whoa, whoa, way too big. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just too big. It's too heavy. It's just not for you. You want something still small, James Bondy pen style, but create a lot of vapor. Believe it or not, it can be done. This is a battery by Vision. Here at VaporTech, we try to sell, we only carry Visions. We try to only carry Vision. Now, of course, we have some other brand of batteries for people who must have a pretty paisley battery, paper, whatever. We try to stick with the Visions. Now, this is a 1300 milliamp hour battery. These are, so I just showed you some like big variable volt batteries, not big, mediocrely sized variable volt batteries, a starter kit, all that stuff. Now, you might be like, well, I still want more. And everybody wants more. I want more vapor. I want more battery life. I want something that I can take all day and it's gonna last me. And I've been hearing all these people talk about 18650s, 18490s, 18350s. What is all that? What does that mean? Okay, well, I will tell you. Very briefly, I'm not going to get into different types of batteries, all this. Like I said, we're dumbing this down for new people. This is called an 18650 battery. This is called an 18350 battery. Now, these on roughly will all hold maybe 650 milliamps to 1100, depending on what kind you get and all that. These range anywhere from 1650 milliamps to 4000 almost, depending on what kind of batteries you get. What all does that mean? Basically, that means this little battery will take your little vaporizer and make it last about half a day. This one, depending on what vaporizer you're using, about all day. So, what do these go in? I got my little Van of White right here that's going to give me a little presentation of what they can do. What this is a variable volt, variable watt mod. Mod is an extremely broad term. Mods were originally actually guys who was tired of the little e-cigarettes you get from the gas station, and they ended up getting parts from a bunch of different vaporizers and then making it into flashlights, out of flashlight bodies, putting switches on them so you run off multiple batteries and you can vape a long time and hopefully last you a day. Now, these were put into production. What's kind of funny is now these things that are huge and all these huge vaporizers are no better than these now. These little ego batteries that come with starter kits. Things we got now are just ridiculous compared to what we started out with. But this is a variable watt, variable volt mod. It's telescopic, what does that mean? Basically, it does telescope in and out. What that means is you can put one of these in it, or telescope it down, make it small, and put one of these in it. So you make it big or small. These things, now another thing to do, like we said earlier, that Vision battery I was talking to you guys about earlier, that only goes up to 4.8 volts. Now, there's a difference, there's volts and watts. I want to touch it, I almost don't, because I feel like I'm going to get into a rant about it. So you know what, I'm not. But here's the difference. This goes up to 6 volts. What does that mean? That means you can put a tank on this thing that handles a lot more power to create a lot more vapor. Now, different mods go up to different wattages, different voltages. This takes wattage and voltage, so this means this will go up to 6 volts or 15 watts. I'm going to do another video another day explaining watts and volts. Please don't get a pouty face in front of me right now because you're like, oh, I really was hoping to hear about that. I promise it's coming soon. Alright, but basically all that means is you can put a big tank on this, so you have a big battery in this, and you can make big clouds with this. That sounds great, fine, and dandy. There's different kinds though. So this thing takes batteries that come in and out. You can actually physically open this thing up, take a cap off, and slide a battery in it just like a flashlight. Now what does that mean for you as a consumer? That means when you get this, this is about a $59 month, give or take, depending on where you're getting it from. But this isn't all you have to get. Usually this comes with just a body. What does a body mean? That means all you get is that, nothing else. This is empty, nothing else. So now what do you gotta do? I gotta get batteries. I gotta get a charger. Don't spend the cheapest amount of money on a charger, you're gonna hurt yourself, I promise you. Spend $30 on a charger, $20 on a charger. It's gonna revolutionize your batteries, make them last longer, it's gonna be worth it. I'm ranting, I'm catching myself doing it. All right, so tube mod. Tube is in, it's cylindrical. Now, if you want to go ahead and get different batteries and all that, right on, brother, you're on the right path. That means you can carry multiple batteries with you, pop them in when you need them, and keep trucking along throughout your day. You get big tanks on these, equal big vapes, low ohms, high voltage. It's all tying into one picture now. All right, so putting that aside, I don't want multiple batteries. I don't want have to get chargers, all this. I want something in one unibody package that works and I don't have to do much except plug it in at night and unplug it and fill my tank up. I don't want to have to worry about batteries, telescope and all that. That's great. You might be one of those guys. Now usually it's going to come in the form of a box mod. This is called an MVP. It's made by Anakin. Now these things right here are a box mod. They have a built-in battery. It looks like, it's kind of like on the same basis as the iPhone. It's all one unibody construction. So take this thing apart is a nightmare. Trust me, I've done it, not fun. But these go up to 5 volts and 11 watts. So you can get a lot of voltage out of these. These things will last a day or so on one charge. They take an Android charger, so if you're running low on vapes, you can plug it into a car charger and all that. So you can also, it's got a USB plug, so you can charge your phone off of it as well, or another vaporizer off this battery because it's got such a big battery. These come in kits, so you get this, you get a charger, tanks. You got free liquid in a lot of places, yada yada. Good buy if you want something cheap, easy, and you got a mod without that much effort into it. Now, this is cool and all. That 1 volt's gonna bite me in the butt. I want more, and so on and so forth. This is called a VTR. These are kind of like the Mac Daddy of the consumer vaporizers that you don't have to do much with, except fill it and push a button. And now these don't have an integrated battery. You gotta put batteries in, so you're gonna have to invest in a charger and batteries and all that. But this is pretty much the one-stop shop. If you want a beastly mod, no maintenance. Now there's a difference. There's beastly mod, no maintenance, or super mods, but a lot of maintenance. Not fun. These will run you about $100. We sell them for $89.99. I've seen a lot of variations with them, about $89.99 to $110, depending on where you go. Find the best deals in your location, ask around. I'm telling you, this thing is awesome. And if you don't want a lot of maintenance, you don't mind something a little bit bigger, you fill this thing up, turn it all the way up to the highest voltage setting, and blow massive clouds. It's a great buy for anybody who wants to just get into it. Comes with a cool little case, all that. It's a VTR. Inokin makes great stuff. These are the same brands. They work great. And a lot of people won't vary. Once people get these, I see a lot of people, including my customers, they don't want to get off of them. So, I know I'm running short on time. I'm making this video really excessively long. I was going to get into mechanical mods and show you that. We're not going to do it today. We're running low on time. But I just want to give you a short overview of what different products are out there. Different kind of tanks, mods, all that. I hope this was helpful for you. Please comment, let me know, hey Dylan, you missed this point. Hey Dylan, I was wondering about that. That's great, I'm gonna tie it all into my next video. So this is probably gonna be a 3-part video, honestly, because this just keeps getting more and more in depth. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, hopefully. If you're in Aiken, come visit us, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.